Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Oh, there we go.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to another Thursday night in the Riverbend area.
Live Thursday night.
Live. Hey, it is, it's about 5 minutes after 6. See, this is the thing.
Your name's Pigpen.
I am Pigpen. That is Dennis. And this is Riverbend Talent. And we usually go about 5 minutes over, but it's okay because we started 5 minutes late. So I hope the bosses aren't listening.
You got to have that bumper in there to get all these big guys in the room. And big guys leaving.
Yeah, that's right. We almost saw a brawl between Smash and Rough Cut Rick Ruby. No,
Well, I'd have felt sorry for Rough Cut. Smash has been in a lot of events.
He's held his own in a few rings, I bet. So tonight, our guest, we have to, of course, take care of the local scene like we always do. But as always, we have a guest, and it is members of the WPW World Powerhouse Wrestling. We got Mr. Shane Jones, part owner, promoter, and ringside announcer.
Yes, sir.
All of that stuff. And Mr. Rough Cut Rick Ruby.
How you doing?
What's happening, Rough Cut?
I'm hanging in.
Now I've seen old Rough Cut wrestle before, and I wouldn't want to wrestle. Yeah, I don't mind wrestling the judge. I'll take that punk any day. But
it's a smart choice to not get in the ring with me. It's a very smart choice. Let's just say that.
You guys have a now. You guys like everybody. So we've been talking for the past year. A lot. 90% of probably what we promote here is music because Dennis and I are both musicians, and so we know a lot of musicians, and it's easy. Anyway, no, we've been talking for the past year about how many businesses have been affected by the current climate, and
we try not to say those words. We kind of work our way around it because we feel like if we say it, it'll stay.
If you say it 3 times, it's going to show up.
Right. I think everyone knows what we're talking about by now.
Absolutely.
So I'm not superstitious at all.
We're talking about porn.
Always.
Okay, maybe not.
You can go to my website, scrubyourbrowser.com. No,
Was that a comedy joke you made?
So we've got the as I said, we got the WPW. The wrestling, just like all of the other businesses have suffered in the past year.
Yeah, everything got shut down last year. We were fully invested in promotion for shows, and everything closed down. Lost all of that. Only got to run 3 shows last year. So,
man, and that as I said, we've been talking about all the businesses, all the small businesses that had to shut down that needed to be open to the public, all the entertainers, except Netflix or whatever. Everyone's been hurt by it. So you guys have survived, though. You're here.
we are here.
That is the good news because a lot of folks could not weather the storm. Glad to hear you've made it, and you've got your next show coming up at the VFW in Collinsville. And that is May 1st?
May 1st, the VFW in Collinsville. That's 1234 Vandalia Road in Collinsville, Illinois. Gates open at 5 o'clock. Bell time's at 6 o'clock. And here's the thing. For this show, just as a welcome back, all tickets, $5.
Oh.
$5 gets you through the door.
That's for the Grand Brawl.
And I'm going to tell you something that you might not hear from anybody else about the Collinsville VFW.
Uh-oh. This is probably not true.
This is true. You can get cheese tortellini pizza there. Pizza with cheese tortellinis on top of it. Never seen it any other place except right there at the VFW. Remembers that she talks about it all the time. Well, cheese tortellini pizza. That doesn't get you going.
It's like a glorified Italian mac and cheese. Big deal. I mean, like they go. You can go to some of those buffets and they got mac and cheese on pizza. I'm like, one chain started that car. I'm like, what is this? I ain't even touching it. Oh.
That is the voice of Rough Cut Rick Ruby, who you're going to be wrestling on May 1st, right?
That's right. Apparently I'm going to be doing what they call double duty. So I am the current United States champion. I will be defending my title, and then of course I will be participating in that Grand Brawl at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I am geared and ready to go.
Right, and for the people listening in on the radio, he brought the belt in.
Yes, yeah, and if
Right.
you check it out on the YouTube video, and you will see the WPW United States Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.
He has it
belt
positioned
sitting there.
right in front of the camera.
Oh yeah. And you ever smack anyone with that belt? No.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Only when the ref's not looking.
I was gonna say, don't give me any ideas.
So now what I want to know, you say you're doing double duty. How much downtime do you get between?
It's really all depends on how the flow of the show goes and where I'm put, and I guess there's been nights where I've actually done double duty where like I'm at the end, like at a match, and then we have like a battle royal. I've actually done that twice in my career. Now that I think about it,
Back to back?
back to back.
Oh, wow.
And then so it gets exhausting after that. After I'm done with the battle royal, so I don't want to move for a while, but it's okay.
The endurance just to go through one match. That's a lot of it. So we I'm blanking on his name. Who's the guy you had on that was the Beast? Dan Severn. There
Right.
you go. Took me just a second. Dan the Beast Severn. Now this guy,
Who has been in a WPW ring himself.
he is
UFC.
He's a UFC champion. He's a wrestling
regular
champion. He's
Olympic wrestling.
Olympic wrestling, and he said on our show that out of all of them, this style of wrestling
yeah.
is the most physically demanding.
Certainly.
Yeah.
More so than UFC fighting,
Right.
And that I think I was a little bit like, wow, that's. And I think a lot of people probably don't realize that this is actually more physically demanding than those UFC guys are, and you're doing back to back sometimes. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it is, and it does take conditioning for sure. I mean, these guys that get in there, it's a combination because you got to be on your cardio game, you got to be on your endurance game, you got to be on your strength game, all at the same time. And trust me, I prepare for that. UFC. I mean, these are some crazy fighters in the UFC, and a lot of these guys do is strike and grapple. What we do is we lift. We're sometimes up on the ropes while somebody's on our shoulders doing moves, doing something crazy out of this world stuff. So it is physically demanding.
And mentally, because you're entertaining as well. You have to put on a show and get the crowd to respond to it, because that's why people go. They love to interact with the wrestlers.
It is a very interactive show. A lot of smack talk going on, but back and forth from the wrestlers to the audience, from the wrestlers around each other and the audience back and forth.
And that's all improv, right? So you don't study like a script before you go out there. You improv with the crowd, and
There's absolutely no way to write a script for talking to the crowd.
Yeah, because you don't know what they're going to say. And
Yeah.
So
you got improv comedy tied in with, heavy lifting, right?
And the constant threat of
how many baseball players you see tell a joke going down to first base?
only at burlesque shows. Oh, wait a minute. She was just dressed like a baseball player. Forget it. Anyway, I'm sorry. Now I'm thinking about something else.
Obviously.
There could be some burlesque breakout.
But seriously, in addition to all that you're saying, there is also 100% of the time you're in there the threat of physical damage being done to you. I was at one of the shows. I've been to a few of the shows at this particular Collinsville VFW. I cannot remember the wrestler's name, but he had like a Viking type.
It'd be Ivan, probably.
Ivan, there you go. Ivan got his head bashed right down the middle and was bleeding real blood. This was not, and so I was like, oh wow, that looks pretty painful. Well, Ivan had to go into the restroom to wash his head, and I just happened to be in there watching him going, and he was not happy about it. He was truly like in pain and hurting, So there, in addition to all this physical activity, the entertaining, there is this constant threat that you're going to get your face smashed open.
It's I mean, you're facing any type of injury. You've got to learn to protect yourself as well as what type of moves you're delivering, because trust me, if it's slip either way, something can go wrong. And if something has gone wrong, I mean, we've known people that have gotten injured doing that. And if you're careless, it's going to cost you in every sense of the word.
And sometimes that carelessness can simply be entering the ring with the wrong guy, like the Butcher entered the ring with me. Now he's out of wrestling forever.
Oh.
So there you go.
To say that, the Butcher's back.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
no.
is.
Oh, no.
He is totally back.
I
Butcher's
totally
back.
retract everything I said. I am so sorry.
And he's crazier than ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez almighty.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I really am glad to hear he's back. And what I said was a joke. It was a ha-ha.
And he will be one of the members of the 30-person Rumble.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so that's yeah. I'm going to be there, but I'm going to sit in the back. I don't want him to see me.
Yeah. For those who don't remember, Pigpen and the Butcher had it out a few times.
We met in the squared circle.
And you beat him in arm wrestling.
Only for arm wrestling.
Right.
But still, we use some underhanded tactics.
No, we did
Well,
not. We wouldn't do that.
Some beautiful tactics, if I remember the looks of them. But anyway, we got him to not pay attention. That's
The roller derby girls.
the
in ring.
roller
Right.
derby girls. That's right.
We couldn't have done it without him.
We couldn't have done it without him.
Well, we couldn't. That was a distraction.
Oh, that was great. How about the judge? Is he going to be there?
The judge is on commentary with myself and the former CEO, Jason Halbert.
Oh, that guy too.
Yeah, if I show up, I'm going to be in disguise. I got two of them.
Well, we got some paperwork filed in the offices.
Oh, no.
Might be a certain distance you have to keep from the judge.
There's been a restraining order issued.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, watch the video. All the evidence is there. There's a video of you throwing him down on the concrete.
I
outside.
don't remember anything. Me not remember that. Me not saying it didn't happen. Me just not remember.
Oh.
Okay.
So, what kind of matches we got?
Well, in addition to the 30-person Rumble, and we are one of the few independent federations that puts not just a Battle Royal. Battle Royal is where you start your however many people are in it all at once, throw them out, last person standing.
Right.
This is a true Rumble. 2 people start. Every 2 minutes, another person enters until all 30 people have entered the match.
30.
And we have a true 30-person Rumble.
That's hard. That's a lot of people in it. I mean, the rings are good size. They're bigger than what they look like on TV when you get in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But 30 people in there. That's a packed house.
That is. Now, people can get eliminated before all of them are in there,
Or
so.
get thrown out of the ring where there's 5 or 6 of them out of the ring
Yeah,
fighting.
so
while
there's
other
always
ones
a few eliminations. You don't usually have all 30 in the ring at once, though it feasibly could happen.
Yeah.
In addition to that, we have all of our titles will be on the line. Our heavyweight title, our champion is Reed Rain, and he'll be taking on a former teammate of his, Curtis Payne. They've had a few clashes, and they kicked Curtis Payne out of the group, and now he's coming for the title.
Curtis Payne was our very first WPW guest.
Yep.
He had the belt at the time. He went by the Shooter. And I thought about him earlier when you guys were talking a little bit about how to prepare for a match. And I remember a story he told me when he went to a wrestling camp and he was doing his training, and he got hit really hard. And it was real. And he's like, okay, I get it. You got to, maintain, And then he's like, this is just part of the initiation. So he gets back up and then whap, another one. He's like, now, wait a minute. That was 2 in a row. How long does this go on for?
Yep.
I'm using my own words.
Right.
Yeah.
Paraphrasing.
But the lesson is maintain your emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that you can carry out the performance, right? And I had never thought of it that way,
Yeah, that's exactly
So,
how it is.
yeah. So there's another mental side of it besides the physical side of it.
There's a lot going on up there.
Yeah.
I tell you what's going on. If you just show up there, a lot of fun. If you have kids, man, take them. My daughter absolutely loves going to these. Like I say, cheese tortellini pizza, but mainly the smack talk and deciding which wrestlers she likes and which ones she doesn't by the way they present themselves. Unfortunately, she was talking some smack on old Rick Ruby here. He was calling the girl that was with her Cyndi Lauper. I remember that now. I just remember that. He's like, go on home, Cindy. I mean, she's like 10 at the time, but she's like screaming, go home, Cindy Lauper, which is a great wrestling reference, I thought, for a 10-year-old girl to make. But,
that's good. That's an 80s reference. I'm impressed.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, she, and I remember there was Steele. What was she? There's a guy named Steele.
Alex Steele.
Alex Steele.
yeah.
I'm horrible with names. And she liked
Really?
him. For some reason, she liked him. She's like, Alex Steele, you're the real deal. She was coming up with little chants for the wrestlers and stuff. So if really, if you've got kids, take them out. It is, even if they're not really into wrestling, it is a lot of fun. And if for adults too, I had a great time. I was talking smack. You get caught up in it.
I've had a lot of people who say, I don't watch the stuff on TV. I've never liked it, but they came out to a show. I got drug out to a show, and this was one of the most fun things I've ever been to.
Yeah.
It's live. It's interactive. You're right there. The crowd is part of the show.
Yeah.
And you don't get that everywhere you go.
Yeah. You know where you do get that?
What?
At the Sea Shanty Sing-Along, which
That's
is happening
going on.
right now.
Yeah.
Just over the hill.
Check that out. You actually remembered to get to gigs.
There you go. I just realized we're at about 20 after, and we hadn't said anything, and there's some things that start happening at 6 o'clock, like the Sea Shanty Sing-Along. You get drunk on Irish whiskey and sing along with the whole bar.
Well, I made a promise to Smash to get into it right away so he could hear some of the wrestling talk on his way home.
All right, Smash, when I see you in the square circle, me and you are going to go head-to-head. No, I don't know. I can talk a lot of smack, but I got nothing. I'm like one of them little bitty dogs that barks a lot, but really. All right, so there you go. What else is going on Thursday night?
Let's see. We got the Sea Shanty Sing-Along, the Outsiders, which is part of Blacktop Boulevard from 6 to 10 at Fast Eddie's Bone Air in Alton.
Right.
We got that $50 karaoke contest, and Rough Cut would probably be good at that.
It's right over the hill. You go down
$50
and take $50
dude.
Bucks home just for.
I know you could use
And if you
$50.
had Cindy Lauper with you, you would win for sure. Nah, I better watch it. He's sitting way too close for me to start talking any smack. Could you two switch places, please?
I thought he might be contemplating singing. Can you sing?
I have known the carry a note or two.
Okay, see, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I think it was the $50. He's like,
Speaking of that Irish whiskey, that may help.
Yeah,
so.
there you go. There you go. You warm up with the sea shanty. Hey, perfect idea. Warm up with the sea shanty, then go down and
Right
run
across
the
the street is the
contest.
karaoke stand.
Hiram's Bar,
Yeah.
right here in downtown Alton. Then they're going to have live music after that.
Right on.
So, and then go ahead.
I was going to say, also happening, we got an open mic night tonight, hosted by Everhart and Light. That is happening, started at 6 p.m., but it's still going on till 10 p.m. out at Baker's and Hale. Go get you some of that farm-to-table food and sing a few songs if you got them.
Win that $50 and go spend it there because their food, everybody that comes in says the food, man. The food.
I do like their food.
You like food, Rough Cut?
Yeah.
They got a hamburger at this place. It's called Baker's and Hale. They got the Baker's and Hale burger has bacon jam on it.
I've heard a lot about that bacon jam recently somewhere. I was like, what? Is that actually sweet stuff?
Yes, it's like jam made from a bacon. And I actually saw it in a store for sale years ago in Branson, Missouri, and thought, that looks disgusting. Yeah, because the whole store is bacon. It was like bacon chewing gum and bacon this.
Oh, Nat.
But whenever I had this Baker's and Hale hamburger with the bacon jam on it, I was like, oh my gosh, that is delicious. I've been back for several.
Hey, I tell you where you can get a good steak, and I learned this from Matt Van Voors of Macias Insurance. You know, our sponsor.
Nice.
Up there in Jerseyville. That's where his office is at, right?
Yeah.
Right down the road.
Sometimes, but sometimes he's in Godfrey.
He's up in Jerseyville quite a bit.
Is he there more? Yeah.
Because right down the road is George's local brew.
There you go.
Right? Where they got the steaks in Jerseyville.
Great steaks, and the only place in Jerseyville to get a proper dirty martini.
And graham crackers tonight.
And the Graham Band playing there 7 to 10 p.m. tonight. So there you go. Also happening tonight down in Granite City, Mo Pleasure, 6 to 9 p.m. at Patrick's Bar.
Bobby Rowlands at Doit's Village Inn in Pontoon Beach. When I think of Doit's, I think about the last time I seen Money Shot.
Yeah.
With Michael Crider from Farmers Insurance.
Sponsor of Alex Honky, our engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we think.
And you know where all those guys probably got most of their instruments? Halpin Music, our
They did.
sponsor.
That's true. All that's true.
There you go. What else is going on?
Well, Ashley and Ethan, 6 to 9 at Prairie Ann and Dorsey.
There you
Pat
go.
Liston doing his steady still through April at the Copper Fire in Belleville tonight.
Every Thursday, yep.
And I'm wearing their shirt. Shotgun Creek, the release party for their new single, which is called Old Brown Tequila.
Not old.
Yeah, I know.
There's
I
no D.
rolled
Old.
off the.
That's some old brown tequila right there,
I
man.
rolled off that missing tooth there.
I just like saying old brown
I lost
tequila.
that defending you from the butcher.
I know,
he
man. You
swung
took-
at you and knocked my tooth out.
You took one for the team, man. I didn't ever tell you this, but I actually picked that tooth up and put it under my pillow that night.
I'm pretty sure someone lost a tooth that night.
I saw some blood shed that night. I saw a lot of debauchery and a lot of weirdness going on.
Silver Creek Saloon in Belleville is where the Shotgun Creek release party is, right?
And that song is, again, Old Brown Tequila.
Yeah.
There we go. That's your Thursday night
Yeah.
in the River Bend area, so
Yeah.
get out and enjoy it, people. It's it's pretty nice weather going on out there, so.
Yeah, and we
Get
probably
out and do
should just jump right into Friday because Saturday's off the hook.
Well, let's nail through Friday, and then we'll talk to WPW some
Let's
more.
do it, man. Open mic with Jamie Dunn. 8 o'clock at Raging Cajun and Alton. I talked to him last week, and that's definitely still on. And if you don't see it on their Facebook page, Steve Twiehaus and Company, 2 to
Twiehaus.
6. Yeah. And all mixed up, 7 to 11 at Fast Eddie's on Friday night. Dueling Pianos, 7 to 10 at the Lodge at
Nice.
Lovejoy in Alton. They got a big bluegrass festival coming up soon, so we'll talk about that in the future.
And is there magic going on with it? No, that's
No,
Saturday.
no
nights. That
magic
is
this
Saturday.
week.
Okay.
Unfortunately, John lost an aunt.
Sorry to hear that. Our condolences to
But when
Magic Johnson.
we will have the Mad Bailey Saturday, and we'll get to that later. Tragg Band, 7:30 at Chez, Marilyn's in Alton. Flip the Frog, 7 o'clock at Baker's in Hale and Godfrey. Dustin Coleman, 7 to 10 at George's local brew in Jerseyville. I think of Matt Van Voorhis and Mysterious Insurance when I think of that place. Southside Bloozy Boys, 7
I think
o'clock.
of Matt a lot.
You do.
It has nothing to do with George's.
I think about the Southside Bluesy Boys playing at 7 o'clock at the Moose in Wood River. And Rough Cut, have you ever taken on a moose?
No, not in the ring.
No?
No.
Would
Not in
you
the
be
ring.
willing to? Not in the ring, but out in the wild. 3 times in the wild, I have taken a moose on. Oh my God!
I've never seen a moose live in my life. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
I've known it. I'm not going to go down that way, but my dating life has taken some weird turns before I got married. But
Never a moose.
never a moose.
You should get up north, eh? Lots of moose up there, huh? Here's the question I have then. Would you be willing to fight a moose in the ring if it was for a belt?
I feel you're gonna have to put some prize money on that.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I mean, we've known some guys to take on a bear in the ring.
Right.
A moose.
I seen that when I was a kid.
A moose could put a dent in a freaking 4x4 in a Mack truck.
Absolutely. Oh man. All right, so we'll have Shane Jones, the promoter, work on getting that moose money
Right.
for us,
I'll look into it.
and find a moose too. Get a big one.
What was that Moose Morlock? What was his name, right? There's a wrestler called Moose. Pretty sure, yeah. Way back. Yeah. Anyways, worth the fight.
Okay, Rocky. That's the only moose I know.
That's the Bullwinkle.
And now for something new. No.
Worth the fight. Said 9:30 at Patrick's in Granite City on Friday. Money Shot, and that's Michael Crider.
Michael Crider, yeah.
Farmers Insurance. That's Alex's sponsor. He's been off the booze ever since he joined us. So
There you go. Sponsors A Honky.
that last part's made up. And, not the A honky part.
No, Alex Honky. His initial is A, and his last name's Honky. That's
Right.
A Honky. That's all I'm saying.
But they're doing the double thing down at Doit Friday and Saturday.
There you go. Mm-hmm. A double money shot. That sounds like a good weekend right there.
Right.
I
Here's a
paid a lot
duo.
of money for that.
Here's a duo.
Yeah.
Past guest, future guest, Scott and Mechelle. 6
There you
p.m.
go.
at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville.
They'll be on 2 weeks from today with us.
Right. Pam and Ray Acoustic, 7 to 10 at the Outlet at Edison's in Edwardsville. 2 Pedros, 7 o'clock at the Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon. Dale Papp with special guest Dave Horton, 7 o'clock at the Miners Theater in Collinsville.
Nice.
Ancient place. They're going to open that up and probably raise some money for it. They've been restoring it.
I think did some gigs back there in like the late 80s, early 90s, and it was still a decent theater, but kind of on its way out at the time.
On Main and Collinsville.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right in the,
Very nice.
all the way from Kansas City on Friday night, the I-70 Comedy Series featuring some of Casey's best. Jeff Krankenberg, Dorian DeBose, and Monisha Williams.
Nice.
$25 includes a barbecue platter. And rough cut, you like some barbecue?
No, man, there's very little I do not love. if those who's known and see me, food's about my greatest enemy right now.
Yeah. So, comedy and barbecue, that sounds like it goes together. That's at the Old Harold Brewery in Collinsville on Friday night.
There you go.
6:30 to 10:30.
They say laughter is the best medicine. I hope you all get sick if it is.
Well,
no, wait a minute. That wasn't right. Maybe I took that wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. You know what else is happening? Flatliner, 8
Right.
p.m. at St. George's Room in Carlinville. That's a new one, I believe, on our list.
Shotgun Creek, 8 o'clock at Mikey's in Smithton.
I think I saw them on someone's shirt today.
Yeah. I got that shirt on, and I just want to pass along. I've heard that Smithton is not the town you want to get a DUI in.
Okay, I don't want to. I'll be honest. I don't want to get a DUI in any town.
Well,
However,
I've heard there's a special catch there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't remember the exact story, but I had it told to me like within a week of each other from 2 different people that didn't know each other. So I thought that's pretty legit, probably.
Everybody, be cool going in to see Shotgun Creek. Just take it easy. Maybe Uber home. I don't know.
All right, Skylark Brothers back at it, 6 o'clock, Highway 61 Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Webster Groves, Missouri, which isn't that far, really.
Hard to not picture Patrick Swayze when you hear the word Roadhouse. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Those tight jeans.
I always think of Jeff Healy. But
I can tell what religion he is. No. You think of Jeff Healy when you think of Roadhouse? Okay, yeah, he was in there.
couldn't see the light. He couldn't, but he could play.
Boom. Hey, welcome to the comedy hour here at WPG.
No barbecue with this comedy. But there's a Red Flag show on Friday night. That's all original. The Monocle with special guest Cyberstein, 1781. The guys from Shop and Save, remember, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. 1781, yeah.
And Federal Art Project. That's 7 o'clock at Red Flag in St. Louis. $15 general admission, $12 if you purchase tickets, and there's a link for that at cottonmouth.org.
Somehow that Federal Art Project is... It confuses me because it sounds really good and really bad all at the same. Like, I feel like I'm going to get charged with something, but yet I'm going to get to see some art. I'm just saying it's just a weird name, the Federal Art Project. All right. Is that the whole Saturday night? That is that's our Friday night. There we go.
It is.
That is our Friday night in the
So we need to
Riverbend
get down
area.
to some serious business right now.
Okay, let's get down to the brass tacks.
We have to get down to a tough question.
All right.
And it's for Rough Cut, and we need to know about your opponent and what he's going to be dealing with on May 1st.
Well, actually, he hasn't been told his opponent yet. We can break that right now, right here.
Really? Okay, we got breaking news right here. This is
Chewbacca's here.
What a Wookiee.
Got a Wookiee on my forehead.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know what's going on anymore. So hold on. We got breaking news right here on the Comedy Hour on WPG, right here on Riverbend Talent.
He's taking on Chewbacca.
Rick Rubin does not know his it may be a Wookiee. We don't know yet.
Or Bigfoot.
You ever had the Wookiee flu? I've had the Wookiee flu several times. Anyway, we're going to find out right now who Rick Rubin has to go up against. And this is great because we get to see
Rick Rubin's the
What'd I say?
producer, like Metallica.
I'm not making music, man.
Hey man, so you produced Black Sabbath's last album, and you produced a lot of Johnny Cash there at the end too, man. You're my hero.
Fake news.
No, Rick Rubin. I'm sorry. I'm really high. I don't know what else to say.
No
here
way.
we are.
That's breaking news.
Breaking news. Here's what I was going to say. Rick Ruby is about to find out who his opponent is for the first time, but we get to kind of see his
I like
face.
how you
and
made
see-
it all dramatic and worked up to it.
Yeah, well, I just want to see if he like sinks in his chair a little bit, or if he's like, no problem, you know.
All right, well, let's find out. He's going to
Drum
face
roll.
none other than third-generation superstar Keith Smith Jr.
Whoa.
Keith Smith Jr. See,
Yeah.
I kind of got a middle of the road there. He didn't like look scared, but he wasn't like, oh, I got
don't think
this
he's
one
scared.
easy.
The guy worries about his mustache more than anything in his freaking career.
He
It's
is
horrible.
he is the king of the mustache mafia,
Wait a
the leader
minute,
of the
man.
mustache
Okay,
mafia.
so I'm just
I think I've seen him on the poster, and that's who my eyes drawn.
yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely.
the porno guy.
So here's the thing here's what I'm gonna say about mustaches. Not everyone with a mustache is a child molester, but every child molester has a mustache. That's a fact, I think. I don't know. That might be fake news, but all right.
Wow.
So hey, you start
That
the
is-
mustache stuff, man.
is-
I'm just trying to add it in here.
170s mustache there, bro.
You feel like he's gonna say, "You want your pool clean?" Or, I'm here to clean your pool and deliver pizza.
He's the one supposed to be ripping on his opponent, but hey, we got some good ones. You can use them. Pat and Penny.
So he worries about. So does he come out with like a little mustache comb and comb it when he's in the ring? Or what?
No, but at the merch table you can buy little sticky mustaches.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
And if you're not careful, he will catch you in his finishing maneuver,
Uh-oh.
the mustache ride.
I don't want to sit in the splash zone on that one. Okay,
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna get two of the little sticky mustaches and put one over each eyebrow and be Eugene Levy or something.
I think, yeah. Or Groucho. Right?
Or Groucho Marx. Oh my gosh, is that a young
So-
Groucho Marx? No, that's young Hitler.
So, like, I flew totally past his name, Kevin.
Keith Smith Jr.
Keith Smith Jr.
And he is a third-generation wrestler. His grandfather was a star in the area. His father is a Hall of Fame wrestler. And he's born into the business, 6'2", 6'3".
Wow.
Wow. So, who are those? Who's grandpa and who's his dad?
His father's Keith Smith Sr.
Okay.
And he has wrestled in the St. Louis area for many, many years.
Okay.
Has wrestled for WWE, has wrestled for just about any promotion that came through the St. Louis area.
Wrestling at the Chase.
Yeah, Keith Smith Jr. was a part, and now his grandfather was a part of wrestling at the Chase.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
And who is the grandfather?
Ed Smith, I believe it is.
Ed Smith. There you go. Well, he was also Mr. Ed on the TV show. No, I don't know if that's true. Poor horse ate so much peanut butter to have him do that. I'm sorry. I'm getting weird visuals in my head right now. All right, so you were not worried about this guy because he's more worried about his mustache than his moves.
Yeah, I mean that's how I have to approach it, because I mean I'll take on any comer, like I say, you can't
Except
sit.
the moose.
Well, I mean,
A moose.
I mean, it's not an actual human. Like, I got 2 legs. He's got 4, and he's got a longer stride.
And some horns, man.
Big old horns, man. Okay, you'll take on any comer. You've never backed down. You've never had anyone promoter approach you and say, "Hey, you want to do this?" And you go, "I don't want to get in the ring with that guy."
No, I mean, if you're scared of this business, then what are you here for?
So would you have wrestled Hulk Hogan in his prime?
Absolutely.
A million Hulkamaniacs going wild, and you're willing to
I
get
don't care. It's Hulk Hogan.
right.
All you can do is you can challenge the power of Hulkamania, but yeah. and say, all right, Hulk, yeah, you win again. Okay,
Right.
whatever. But no, but Keith Smith Jr., I mean, he's a great young guy coming up, and you gotta know his dad very well, and yeah, I mean, he'll have the opportunity to see if he can keep my shoulders to the mat for a 3 count, or the freight train's coming through with the Lifetime Express squashing him, so it's okay.
Now, isn't there the option that he completely knocks you unconscious too? I mean,
Or runs.
or now this is what I was going to. The reason I bring that up, this is what I was going to suggest to you. See, you have a little like electric razor on the side of the ring, and when you knock him unconscious, you go shave that famous mustache off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just throwing out ideas here.
Match may be over, but there's always the next day when people know people, you know?
There will be video of it.
Knocking at your door. Hey,
Yeah.
So
get
this
out of here, Ruby! I want my mustache.
so this match was just unveiled by Shane Jones. Now, is this the process with all the matches on May 1st? They don't know who they're fighting, and
We've announced the heavyweight title match, and we've announced the women's title match.
Okay. And who are those?
Our champion is Miss Hyde, and she's going to be taking on Abby Veck. And the interesting backstory here is both of these two young ladies trained at the same training center, the Jacobs Pritchard Wrestling Academy, which is down in Knoxville, Tennessee. And its lead trainer is Tom Pritchard, Dr. Tom Pritchard.
Oh.
He is, you probably know some of the people he's trained, probably like The Rock,
Okay.
and just about everybody that's walked through a WWE ring, because he's the one who created the training system that the WWE uses.
I'm more into Rocky
And then his
Johnson
partner,
than the
Glenn
Rock,
Jacobs,
but-
is better known as Kane.
Oh,
There you go.
So these two trained together down there. They
you
were
know
trained
all
by the
about
best.
Kane.
I worked with a guy named Kane at Extreme 104.1 Radio.
You did.
But they were trained by the best, and they were friends for a while until Abby Veck decided that it was her time to shine, and she joined a group called PYT and has been using the numbers advantages. But
Yeah, those
See, I'm
guys.
not a fan of the PYT.
I never did like
There's
them.
something
Who
about
is?
those guys.
Seriously.
It's not even.
they are.
it's
They're
not-
huge fans of themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
It's-
That's true.
Don't they wear like pink? And that don't
And-
even
and-
really bother me. It's just something about their
And
attitude.
didn't Curtis Payne leave them?
He did.
He did.
Yes.
See? He
Yeah.
got smart finally.
Finally.
I wondered why he even got with them in the first place.
Well, because he was a pretty young thing there for a minute. I don't know.
It probably was some type of thing like that. He liked
So
pink.
there you go. So that's Abby versus Miss Hyde.
Yep, Abby Veck versus Miss Hyde. And then we have one more title match that I'll announce tonight, and that is our tag team champions, the Violators, and that's Ivan and his partner Savage, two big brutes. You're not going to see a lot of wrist locks or wrestling holds in the match with them. You're going to see a lot of punches, kicks, and throwing people around and
Violence.
taking heads off.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to take on a tag team by the name of the Midwest Mercenaries, which is a team of Jake Prater and Sid Holland. And these two have been making a name for themselves in a bunch of different feds throughout the states, and they've earned their opportunity to take on the tag champs,
Okay, so the second one was the Midwest Mercenaries. What's the name of the first one?
the Violators.
See, now that sounds way worse. Like, I don't want to get violated. I don't mind dealing with some mercenaries, but I do not want to get violated.
If
Not
you
by
see them in
those
the
guys.
ring, you'll understand how they got the name.
Yeah, probably in prison.
Hey, yeah, well, those Vikings were pretty. They were some violators, all right. So there you go. That's the two championship titles going on, and then you've also got
The United States title.
Just announced.
United States title just announced here, and now everybody else that's fighting that night won't know till they get there. who
They
they're-
won't know until they get there.
So that way
there's
they
a
can't
lot-
really prepare. Yeah.
Well, there's not a lot of other matches that are going to happen because that 30-man rumble will take up a large space of time on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So once you get the title matches in the rumble, there might not be a whole lot of other room for other matches.
Well, I
So-
could see that because for 30 people to go at it, it's not like that's a 5-minute match going on.
No, usually
there.
you're looking at least an hour.
Wow. It's guaranteed at least an hour. Yeah.
Because
30
it takes that
people every 2
long
minutes.
for one guy to knock 29 more out
Well, you start with 2, and then you have 28 other people coming out every 2 minutes.
every 2 minutes. So there you go. Yeah.
I just hope I draw a double-digit number. That's all I'm saying.
So you got a break.
You know, a little bit of a break, but I hate to come out at a single digit. That's going to be a long night for me.
Yeah,
if I wanna win that.
the lower the number you draw, the longer you have to be out there to win.
Can I get number 28?
Oh, no.
Right. So I guess there's a possibility that like a tag team partner could end up against each other.
Absolutely, there could be.
Wow. What do you do when like your tag team partners across just beat him up? I guess
It's every man for themselves in the Rumble. Now that doesn't mean some alliances don't form. Once you get a lot of people in there, sometimes they might team them up for a little bit. But
unform.
It doesn't last very long usually.
Yeah. Just long enough to take care of one guy that you got to get out.
That's how those tag teams break up. Now we know, man.
I would say Mr. Ruby here has quite an
brawl.
advantage going into that. I mean, they have to pick your opponent up.
True.
You have to eliminate them by putting them over the top rope and throwing them out of the ring.
Both feet have to touch the floor, though. So
Yeah.
so the people forget about that. They think, oh, they're over the top rope. Yay, okay. And then they turn around. Next thing you know, I'm throwing them back out. So
Because you didn't go all the way to the ground.
right. My feet did not touch the ground.
And you
People
could
don't
be
understand
all the
how
way on the
agile
other
Rick Ruby
side of
is.
the. You could be all the way on the other side of the ropes, but still have both feet on the ring, and you're still in, right?
Yeah, I mean, if
you
someone throws me, if someone gets me over the top, and I hit the apron, but my feet don't hit the floor, I'm just saying they better not turn around. They better not turn around.
And it's probably quite the task to lift a man like you up and throw you over a rope.
Yeah. Well, a match like this, like I said, it works with your endurance, and you just gotta know how to carry yourself. Because trust me, I've even got ground trainers, even as far as how to keep your ground and with stances and everything else. That's important. If one foot gets off the ground, you're going to start getting in trouble.
Lower your center of gravity.
Yeah, I predict a lot of double team, triple team, quadruple teams on me, and I'm going to have some trainers to kind of.
Well, you do.
Man the
trying to back
size
me
of
up
Rick
on
Ruby
that.
steps in the ring.
You are a marked
Other
man.
people decide
You have the
it
belt.
might be worth teaming up to try to eliminate him.
I could see that.
So you would have defended your belt by the time the brawl breaks out.
Oh yeah, I'm defending my title first.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to be tired for that one.
I would love to. I would love to have.
So that
two.
means you're going to have time to eat in between.
What is this about eating?
Well, I figured you'd want to make yourself
He's
way
picking
more.
on you. I think you should get him. I think get him.
Now wait a minute. So after I used to weigh in high school, we'd all go eat, right? Because we made weight. They don't have to weigh in, but he knows he's got to be thrown over the ropes later. Why not chow down?
So that's not going to make a difference here, man.
So here's the question I got about the whole throwing him over the ring. What was the guy, the Little Evil?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so a guy like his size has got no chance at something like this. People just pick him up with one hand and throw him over the ring, right? When they're
Well, the strategy for somebody that's a little bit smaller like that is to duck and move.
Okay.
Keep
stay
moving.
under the radar.
Stay under the radar.
Now you can't
Stay
jump
low.
you can't go under the ropes and then come back in though. Right?
Oh yeah.
As
You
long
can
as
do
you
that.
don't, as long as
Okay.
you don't touch your two
As long as you
both feet
don't,
on the
as
ground.
long as you don't go over
Oh,
the top
okay.
rope and touch the ground. If you get thrown out in the middle rope, or
Over the
bottom
top
rope,
rope.
Oh,
See,
then
so
you're still
yeah.
not eliminated.
So if you get thrown under the top rope, don't matter if you roll on the ground.
No.
You gotta
Now
go
we have
over the top.
officials around the outside of the ring who are going to
Throw you
encourage
back
you
in?
to get back into
There
the
you
ring.
go. Nice.
They do have ultimate authority. If somebody's not listening to their commands, they can disqualify him from the match.
Sound like,
Authority.
I know. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a good name for like a band or something. The Ultimate Authority.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Ultimate Authority. I don't know.
Man, your breath is bad, dude. You need to
I'm
do
sorry, I've been drinking a lot today. It's a cocktail.
Hey, let's get into Saturday. Can we do that?
Let's do it, man. Let's get into
list
Saturday.
This list is off the charts.
I'm glad to see this stuff coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Businesses and people thriving again.
So it looks like 2.5 pages here.
Let's do it.
All right, so we'll kick it off with Riverbend Earth Day Festival, 11:30 to 4. Lauren Waters going to be performing from noon until 3 o'clock at the Old Bakery Brewery.
Nice. Got Dueling Pianos, 9 p.m. at the Raging Cajun Bar in Alton.
There's the Mad Baileys, Jay Sabo and Greg High, 7 o'clock at the Lodge at Lovejoy in Alton.
We got Steve Twiehaus and a company, and all mixed up, happening down at Fast Eddie's Bon Air.
Kickstart, 9 o'clock at Mike's 10 Pin in Alton.
Skylark Brothers, 6 p.m. at Chubby's.
Jake Weber and the Lonesome Drifters, 7 o'clock at Baker's and Hale and Godfrey on Saturday.
Got the Grand Band, 8 p.m. to 12 at Locke's Brick House up in Bethalto.
Sarah Springman Schumaki. Shoemake, right?
Right.
5 p.m. And Gypsy Soul, 9:30 p.m. at the Pump House in Wood River on Saturday.
The Intrusion, 7 p.m. at the Tri-County Rod and Gun Club in Brighton, Illinois.
Rockabilly Revival, 3 to 7 at Grafton Winery. Catfish Willie, 2 o'clock at the Hog Pit in Grafton.
I like that Catfish Willie. Number 4 combo happening 4 p.m. at the Loading Dock in Grafton. Worth the Fight, 9:30 p.m. at Patrick's Bar in Granite City.
Right. Flip side, future guest.
Yeah.
8 p.m. at Hooch and 16s in Granite City.
And then Money Shot, 7
Right.
p.m. at Doit's Village Inn, doing the weekend, doing both Friday and Saturday down there.
That's Michael Crider, Farmers Insurance right there.
Sponsor of A Honky, our engineer.
Well, along with Halpin Music and Matt Van Boris, our sponsors, right? So we got
Thank
that in
you.
there, yeah.
Thank y'all. And we got Lanny and Julie, 2 p.m. at the Foundry in Edwardsville.
Lexi Schlimmer, 6 o'clock at Reese's Brewery in Edwardsville.
The Vault, 6 to 9 p.m. at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Then Scott and Mechelle, 7 p.m. at the Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon.
Hockey team, Hat Trick. 6 p.m. at Wild Pickens in Chesterfield. Flip the Frog, 8 to 12 at the Corner Keg in Highland. And while you're up there in Highland, you might as well check out Pat Liston, 8 o'clock at Al Flanagan's.
It's a blue.
Highland's going to be on fire.
Highland is happening, man.
Saturday.
There you go. Flipside's going to be happening in Germantown, Illinois. It's the Crawfish Bowl, Millside Inn and Crawfish Boil. There you go.
That's an early gig before they do the late gig, right?
Oh, that's a 4 p.m.
Yeah.
gig right there. That is almost a matinee happening
That's
there.
like, fighting for the United States champion and then getting involved in a brawl later.
That's right. They're double.
Who would ever think that up?
Well,
World Powerhouse Wrestling.
this is someone like Rick Ruby who ain't scared
Saturday
of nobody.
night, May 1st, fans, at the Collinsville VFW.
Mr. Rick Ruby's going to enter the ring. He will also leave the ring, however.
I just watched a whole reel of now I'm forgetting his
Announcing?
name. Mean Gene.
Mean Gene.
Yeah, bloopers like that didn't get on the air.
Oh, yeah.
That's some good stuff. He
Can't
starts
play those on the
He
air.
starts cussing. It's awesome.
Sounds like the kind of guy I'd like to have a beer with. What else we got going? Borderline, 9 p.m. at Silver Creek Saloon in Belleville, Illinois.
Shotgun Creek, 8 o'clock at Bottoms Up on Main and Jamestown, and Rock Bottom, 8 o'clock at the Boathouse in St. Charles, Missouri.
That is our Saturday, I think. Is that it?
That is.
Excellent. There you go. That's a good weekend going on. After
pages
what's been
Sunday,
going on
too.
the past year.
I know.
That's nice.
It's back.
It's getting heavy enough to drop again.
Pump House with 2 shows again. We used to say that every week.
Yeah.
Yep, it's
Yeah,
back.
there you go. So that concludes our Saturday. We got time to run through Sunday.
We
I
do.
believe we do. We
We
got
do.
Scott and Carl 3 to 7 p.m. at the Grafton Winery on Sunday. Graham Band 2 p.m. at the Hog Pit in Grafton on Sunday.
We missed Nate Sickmeyer and companies 2 to 6 at Hollywood and Hollywood 5,
Oh,
6
that's
to
a-
10 at Fast Eddie's and Alton.
See, I was trying to get down to Grafton real early there.
Yeah,
The Finns 2 p.m. at the Loading Dock also in Grafton.
B&B Strings 2 o'clock at Wild Pickens Winery in Chesterfield.
We got Scott at 4 p.m. That is Scott without Mechelle, I believe.
Right, you got that.
Scott,
Last
4
week's
p.m.
trivia, right?
It's the last week's trivia. Watch the video, people. Scott, 4 p.m. at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville.
Danny Callagher, 2 o'clock at Bella Vista Winery in Berryville. Dave Horton, 1 o'clock at Hoodats in Collinsville.
Who that's?
Mike Sonderregger, 2 o'clock.
Sundergerger.
2 p.m. Right. At the Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon.
we
Patrick
got-
White, 5 o'clock at Patrick's in Granite City. The Vault, 2 o'clock at Hidden Lake Winery in Evanston. And, hey, remember these guys? When we talked to Shotgun Creek.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Jeremy's son.
Son, Electric Baby Powder.
Right.
That's a good name right
Right.
there. 2 p.m. at Bottoms Up on Main in Jamestown. So go get you some Electric Baby Powder. It'll make it for a fun Sunday, I
Yeah.
promise. I don't know, really.
Keith Smith needs some powder, probably, for his mustache. After it's shaved.
I'm just imagining, like, I'm just going to play out like I'm him and we're smack talking. You can't afford a facial accessory like this. I don't know if he smack talks like that or not. That's not good smack talk. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll work on my smack
I could
talk.
talk about the beard I wear, the little chin beard I wear, but this is FM radio, so
How about can we come up with a side bet? Like if you lose, you have to grow one of those mustaches.
And shave the beard, just the mustache, no beard.
Join the Mustache Mafia.
And if he loses, he has to shave the mustache and grow the beard.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I don't know if he'll go that far, and I don't even know if I'll even go that far. I mean, I still want my wife to still want to hang around me at night.
Yeah. That is a beautiful mustache.
Yeah.
We have pliers down here at the Big Z, and Shane has left some tickets.
That's right.
So all you got to do is come down during business hours.
And that is 227 Market Street. It's in the lower floor of the old Stratford Inn Hotel right there. And he left a little pile of tickets out there. Now, these tickets are only $5 a piece if you buy them, so that's cheap. However, you make it down here before the stack that Shane left is gone, and you get free tickets for May 1st, not just a bunch of titles, but a 30-person brawl going on. Now, let me ask you this. Is that a co-ed brawl? Will Mrs. Hyde be in that ring?
Maybe.
Oh,
maybe.
We don't know. I'm
wait
just
and see.
curious. You ever just grabbed a girl by the nape of her head and had to smack her a good one in a ring?
Actually, it's funny. Me and Mrs. Hyde have had a history in other places, and she's been, if she can't make it in the ring, there's always, everybody's hungry, at some point. There's always,
between matches.
There's career opportunities in the kitchen, so she can always.
She needs more home economics. No, I don't know. I didn't say that, Miss Hyde. That was him. That was old Rough Cut. So you're saying that she might want to take up some other gameful employment?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If she loses her title and then she don't make it in the Rumble, then there's always people are always starving, so there's bread. Get to work.
Mustache barbers. I think mustache barbers are in high demand.
There we go. Now
Trim someone's mustache.
So you could just grab Miss Hyde, pick her up, and chuck her over that top rope like it's nothing, huh?
Yeah.
You must know her outside the ring then, because to do that to a woman, all you got to do is usually have a conversation. No, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Did that man just say? I'm sorry to all the women out there. Yeah. So, you've got no problem, no matter who your opponent is, as long as they're human.
As long as they're human and they are about 18 or older. Yes.
Okay. Now, what about somebody like I brought up Little Evil earlier? So, you're 10 times his size. Would you take pity on a guy that size, or would you just go all at him like whatever, steamrolling, bang, over?
Nah, it'd just be short news and
Be toying with him, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
This thing about this show's moved inside, because if it was still outside, if there's a good wind gust, some of these guys get blown over the top rope.
Oh, man. See, that's what you should eat in between matches. Big old pot of ham and beans. That'll put the weight on and a little extra air as well.
I'm going to tie an anchor to my belt. I'm just trying to think of ways to win.
That's how you keep one foot on the floor.
Remember when we came up, when we first had the WPW come in?
Just hike your leg.
You said, "Hey, let's be a tag team," and you said our gimmick would be that we just keep blowing smoke in their face till they pass out, keep running around the ring, and don't let them touch us.
Get hungry, right? They might get hungry and leave the ring. Right?
I think Rick Roughcut's going to throw you out of this studio here in a minute. He's getting upset over here. I can see him.
We were talking that way because they had just announced they were going to legalize weed, and we're like, some wrestling team needs to take advantage of this, and we would be the perfect wrestling team to do that.
I would give it a shot.
And you always have the killer. So, just, blow it in their face, and they stand there stunned, and we pull their ankles out from under them.
Well, we're going to have to run for a long time because it's going to take a few minutes.
Well, the big guys, they're going to be hungry if we do that to them. So they'll run.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know if you're working for Burger King or what, but all this talk has made me hungry. I'm seriously. I got to go get a burger or something when I get. I'm going to Baker's and Hale for some bacon jam.
Comedy and barbecue.
That sounds pretty good too. I would love to laugh while I scarf barbecue. So, hey, thanks to Shane Jones and Rough Cut Rick Ruby. I can't even talk. I'm so high.
Me either.
Rough Cut Rick Ruby. And he has a sidekick. As we brought up, her name is Diamond in the Rough.
Oh, Rough Cut Diamond.
Rough Cut Diamond. See, I was so close.
Yeah.
I wrote it down,
all right.
but I was too lazy to look for it.
Yeah. So many papers, so little time.
Her name is Rough Cut Diamond. There we go.
Right.
And she's going to be back with you?
Yeah, she will be back with me, yes.
Now, there you go. And good luck to you defending your belt. Good luck to you in the 30-person rumble, because we don't know if it's going to be a 30-man rumble.
Right.
There won't be a moose in there. That's all we know for sure. There won't be
No, it's a VFW.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a VFW.
Might be a veteran in there.
Might be. So there you go. That is happening May 1st. At the Collinsville VFW. What's the address on that again, Shane?
That is 1234 Vandalia.
Right.
And $5 tickets all day long.
$5 tickets.
And weird pizza.
And a pizza with cheese tortellini on it, man. You can call it weird, but
See, he didn't like that food.
we're going to call it unique. I found the one food that Rick's like, nope, that's just junk. That's garbage.
What do you say? Something about macaroni? Just glorified
Yeah,
macaroni.
it's like Italian macaroni and cheese on a freaking crust. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'd go for the beans between matches.
Just like Stackman gas, I'm proud of my gas.
Yeah, you got to be proud of your gas.
There we go. So there you go. Good luck to Rough Cut Rick Ruby defending his belt, winning the 30-person
Wow.
rumble.
That could be 2 wins in one night.
Good luck to Shane Jones with surviving and weathering the storm. I'm happy that you guys have made it this far, and I'm sure as entertaining as this is, and as starving as people are for entertainment right now.
There's some guy with a mustache looking in the window.
Oh, jeez, I'm leaving out that is a nice mustache. I mean, if I wanted to ride one, no, that's not what I want.
Yeah, remember that guy in the Village People? He looked like that.
He looks a lot like that. Like if that guy was dressed up like an Indian or a cop or something, I'd be like, ooh, the Village People are in town.
Now, if you want to bring up YMCA to him, I would. Rough Cut. Why not?
I start doing the dance a little bit, or I have Cyndi Lauper, not Cyndi Lauper.
What song did the Cowboys sing? He had to have his own song. They all had their own song.
Rhinestone Cowboy. No, that was Glenn Campbell. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I think it was San Francisco or maybe Fire Island or something.
I bet whatever song I don't know, but I'm going to guess whatever song the cowboy in the Village People song is probably the same song they ended up using in that movie Brokeback Mountain. I'm just guessing.
Maybe,
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm putting one and one together here and getting two. I don't know.
Oh, remember the 80s.
I was going to make that same movie, but from the horse's point of view. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
We were talking about May 1st.
Now, can I state
Yeah.
one thing about May 1st?
Yes.
We are super excited about May 1st. It's our first show back this year. We just can't wait to see everybody. But we have even more exciting news.
Okay.
Starting after May 1st, we are going to be Collinsville's Professional Wrestling.
That's it.
Every month, the first Sunday of the month. You used to have wrestling at the Chase. Now you have wrestling at the VFW in Collinsville. The first
Nice.
Sunday of every month. The only exception to that would be we're not going to run on July 4th.
Can we have
But-
milk and cereal with it? Wouldn't that be perfect?
Well, I'll talk to the concession people.
If I could just sit there in my pajamas, it would really take
That
me
would
back.
bring back memories.
And then if Tarzan could come on afterwards. Right.
But
Jive.
wrestling will be back
I
in
miss
Collinsville
Jive.
every month, the first Sunday of the month.
That is awesome news, man.
And you guys got a podcast, right, on your Facebook page,
We
right?
do. We have a podcast on our Facebook page. Rick Ruby has his own podcast,
Ooh.
the Lime Time Network.
What's your podcast called?
Mine is the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. I stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So
Twitch.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to start tonight at 8:30. So I'll be hosting the podcast there.
I eat sugar smacks when I listen to it.
He's pulling double duty again. He's going to leave here and he's heading straight to a podcast. Maybe he's going to stop and sing some karaoke in between. You were a busy man.
I don't know. I'll just stick with the double D's are fine for me.
$50.
I like double D's.
$50. Yeah.
Double duty, that is.
Yeah.
Now, the World Powerhouse Wrestling Facebook page is where you can find the podcast, right? You put it on there?
every Wednesday night at 7:30, and it will stream on our Facebook page. It will also stream on YouTube and Twitch as well.
There you go.
Whoa.
So everybody check it out. It's the World...
We need a Twitch, Big Pin. Why don't we have
I'm twitching a little bit right now. I don't know if
That's a mean crack.
detox or what. So it is just a little after 7 in the downtown Alton area. Thanks to our guests, WPW wrestler Rough Cut Rick Ruby and WPW promoter, owner, announcer, and just all around make it happen kind of guy, Mr. Shane Jones. Thanks so much for coming down.
Thanks for having us.
Also, big thanks to our sponsors, Halpin Music Company. They've been with us since the day I started this show.
I'm surprised you remember.
And Mr. Matt, I don't remember much, man. I remember Matt Van Voorhis, though, because he insured my stuff when it burned down,
Yes,
and it worked out really well.
Very good job at insurance.
He's a fine insurance man, a good friend, a really good guitar player, and he's not a selfish lover either. You can call Matt Van Voorhis from Macias Insurance for your insurance needs.
We're double insured.
Doubly insured.
We are, because we have farmers insurance and Michael Crider, and thanks to him for giving Alex a little money.
And Alex is the guy who makes my phone beep right at the wrong time to remind me to say this is all going to be on YouTube.
Right.
That's a big part of what Mr. Alex Honky does, is putting the YouTube videos together. So thanks to him for that.
List of shows at cottonmouth.org, and hey, we're up to like almost 185 subscribers. So we might hit like 200 someday.
Yeah.
We thought we might get 50 at one time.
If we do, we're gonna have a cake or maybe just brownies. I don't know.
I think we should do Dare Pigpen. Everyone writes in, gives you dares, and we'll celebrate with our 200th subscriber. Anything they want you to do, you have to do.
I once got in trouble and had to work for Dare by going and giving kids talks about drugs, but there was a big misunderstanding. They didn't say talk to them about not doing it. I just started explaining some things. Anyway, it did not work out in my favor. They won't let me be McGruff the crime dog anymore. I'm sorry. I don't know how I got onto that or what any of it means.
You can be the sugar smack frog if you want.
Smack, sugar smack. Give me a smack and I'll smack you back.
Yeah.
Poor
I don't think
Sugar
that's
Smack.
legal anymore, is it?
Poor Sugar Smack's whole family died, and when they said, "What do we do about the graves?" all he could say is, "Dig them."
Cancel culture. We need a little cancel culture on Pigpen's humor.
For sure. Fur, F-U-R, sure. All right. Thanks to all to our guests. Thanks to our sponsors. And thanks to all you listeners. Everybody get out and support local music, art, and wrestling.
And Art Bell.